Tasmadekena manasa Bhagavan Sartatang Padi Srutapta Kintitibhascha Dheya Pujyascha Nitya. These words we have been discussing last meeting. In order to understand that absolute truth, it is the duty of everyone to hear Srutabha, Kirtitabhascha, and chant, and Dheya means meditating or remembering, Dheya, Puja, and worship, Nityasa, regular. Om Bhagavan Satutang Pati, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the master of all righteous persons. He is master of everyone. But the devotees, they especially recognize the Lord is the master of everyone. And the demons, they do not care for God, and God also do not care for them. Let them do their own work and write their own fruit. God does not take responsibility for the demons, but He takes responsibility for His devotee. Therefore, it is the duty of the devotee to hear the hearing processes, Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, and Kirtitabbas, and narrate out. Unless one narrates or unless one speaks, one cannot hear. So two processes are going on. Somebody is hearing and somebody is chant. And then when hear and chant, there must be meditation. If we attentively hear, then there must be meditation and puja. Puja means worship. The simple process of worship in this age is this performance as we are doing, chanting, hearing, and offering some fruits, flowers, and showing this candle. This is simple, that's all. There are, according to Vedic literature, there are many, 64 items for worshipping. That is not possible in this age. So this is all right. So this process will make you understand the absolute truth. Uh, you just follow this principle, ekena manasa, with one attention, without diverting your attention to any other subject matter. If you follow this principle, ekena manasa, to hear, to chant, to think of, and to worship. This simple process. This is the injunction of Srimad Bhagavatam. Jadavadhyasina juktya karma grantha nibandhanam छिन्नन्ति Kuvidastasya kuna pujat katharane. What is the benefit of this process? The benefit of this process is karma bandha nibandhanam. Karma branthi nibandhanam. Chindanti. Chindanti means cut off. What is that cut off? That there is a knot of our activities. Without performing this ceremony, or without following this instruction to hear, chant, think, and worship, we cannot be out of the great knot of our material activities. So long we are engaged in material activities, we are just acting one after another, just like film spool. You have seen film, one picture after another, one picture, one picture, one picture. There are hundreds and thousands and millions of pictures. Similarly, for my past activities, I have now this picture. So my present activity is making another picture forward. Ah, just like in my past activities, I created this body. Similarly, by my present activity, also I am creating my next body. Ah, so this transmigration of soul is going on. Ah, ah. But if you adopt this process of Krishna consciousness, then karmavana nivandanam chindanti. These, not one after another, this will be cut off. Uh, so, if it is so nice, Bhagavad said, Jad Anudhyasana, simply by following this procedure, Jad Anudhyasana Jukta, being engaged, Karma Vandana, this pool of how the result of our activities, one after another, Chindanati, is cut off. Kovida, if an intelligent man is there, Tasya Kona Kucha Pratharate, why an intelligent man should not engage himself in hearing about the topics of Prashna? Is there any difficulty? If by this simple process you can cut off the uh, eternal, not eternal, without any tracing of history, when this pool of fruitive activities has begun, we do not know. Uh, the result is that I am simply transmigrating from one soul, one body to another. If this is stopped now if I get in my next body, my eternal life, eternal knowledge, and eternal bliss, why I shall not accept this? Oh, Gopinath, any intelligent man, why he shall not accept this process? Oh, Karmani niddhandi kintu cha bhakti bhagan. There is a very nice verse in the Brahma Samhita. It is said there that Justindra Gopa Mathanandra Maho Satara Bandhana Rupa Alabha Janavadanoki Karmani Nidhati Kintuja Bhakti Bhaja Govindam Adi Purisham Tamang Bhaya. I worship, I offer my respectful obeisances and to Govinda. Why? Because he cuts off my uh, entanglement in this material activity. He cuts off. Uh, what is this sound? What is it? Sure. Uh, uh, so, uh, and for others, only the devotees, entanglement of creative activities cut off. And what about the others? That is said, Justindra Goma Athamantra Maposhakarma. Now, there are living entities of different grades. There is one living entity, it is very small, microscopic uh, uh, bacteria. Its name is Indra. Don't think that bacteria was unknown in the past. The bacteria also were known in the Vedic literature. There are none. So there are one different names. Not that simply they say bacteria. So one bacteria is called Indragol. It is very small. It is to be seen by microscope. So uh, uh, Brahma Samhita says that beginning from this Indra, see Indra of my bacteria, up to the Indra, another Indra is called the heavenly king. His name is also Indra. This bacteria is called Indra bone. And the other Indra, who is king of the heaven, he is called Indra. So Brahma Samhita says, beginning from this Indra to up to that Indra, that beginning from that bacteria up to the king of heaven, Justindra Gopa Mathavendra Moho Sakarma, everyone is enjoying or suffering according to his own activity. Gopa Moho Sakarma, Bandhana Rupa Palabhadunati. Bandhana is the same thing, Nibandhana. According to the knot of fruitive result, everyone is enjoying or suffering. Karmani niddhati kintu cha bhakti bhaja. But one who is engaged in Krishna consciousness and devotion and service, his karmanubandha is cut off. Karmani chindanti. So, this is the benefit of being Krishna conscious. That whatever we have acted in our past life, and according to that we have got this body, either impious or pious, whatever you have done, that's all. Don't think that because we are doing some pious activities, we shall be out of the bondage of fruitive activity. No, that is also not possible. I have several times explained that if we do pious activity, then the result will be that we shall be able to get our birth in a very nice family, aristocratic family, rich family, pious family, big family. These are the results. Janma. Janma is Janma, we shall be very rich man. Born in a rich family or high family, that means automatically he becomes rich man. Janma is Sabja Shuta, or somebody becomes very highly or great learned man, Sudha. And Sri means beauty, or one becomes very beautiful. Ah, so these things are obtained by righteous activities. And similarly, by acting impious activities, we become very ugly, we become fool, we are born in a very low family or animal family, and we become very poor. These are the results of different activities. Now, why one may say, if I get next life in a very rich family and becomes very rich man and becomes very learned man, very beautiful man, why shall I not take this opportunity? Uh, the, but intelligent man says that even if I get such opportunities, the material measure is not there. It is not that because a child is born of a very rich family, he hasn't got to go into the womb of his mother and suffer the consequence. Janmamintu Jarapan, the distress of birth, death, disease, and old age, equally there. Either you become born in a very high family, or either you born in a very low family. Either you born in India, or you are born in America. The sufferings, the four kinds of sufferings are everywhere. Not only India and America, they are in this planet, but even if you go to the moon planet, or if you go to the sun planet, Brahma Bhavana Lokan, even the highest planet. The modern scientist says that if we want to go to the highest planet, it will take 40,000 of years. No, 400,000 of years. Something like that, they say, by Sputnik. So, anywhere you go, Lord Krishna says, Abrahma Bhuna Lokan Punaravartina Arjuna. Oh, that repetition of birth and death, that will continue. Therefore, intelligent person, those who are intelligent, they will take it up. Oh, why shall I continue this birth and death process? Why not have my eternal life? If I am by constitution, if I am eternal, if I constitution is blissful, And if I eternally full of knowledge, now I am covered by this material nature, why not take up this process so that this karmanubandhan, this continuous birth and death, transmigration of myself from one place to another, that should be stopped. So Bhagavad says therefore that Jadalabdhyasvina yukta karmavantha nibandhana. If one can surpass this chain of birth and death, why an intelligent man should not take up this process of Krishna consciousness? What is that Krishna consciousness? Just we are demonstrating, we are hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, we are hearing Bhagavad Gita, and chanting, hearing and chanting. Then we are thinking of, unless you think of, because whatever we hear and chant, naturally we have to think of and put just an offering, a little flower and a little fruit, and offer our respect to the Supreme Lord Krishna. He is here. So, is there any difficulty? So, Bhagavad says, that who will not take up this process? Forget what you are. Take this process, and you will be relieved of repeated birth and death. Karma Chinnanti Kovidastasya Kona Pujya Prabharatim. Who is such a fool will not do this? Or and which intelligent man will not do this? It is very nicely put. Which intelligent man will not do this? Rather, who is such a fool will not do this? So, Susava Sattadharasya Vasudeva Kathanchim Shal Mahasivaya Vipra Punnati Sanisivana. Now, this mentality to have some attraction to hear about Vasudeva. Vasudeva Katha means Krishna. To hear about Krishna. Krishna has many activities. In the world, there are many scriptures. Undoubtedly, they accept God. But there is no information on God's activity. That is the difference between Srimad Bhagavatam and other scriptures. This is Bhagavad Gita. Krishna is speaking about himself personally, and Srimad Bhagavatam also speaking about Krishna by spoken by Vyasadeva. Practically, the subject matter is the same. In the Bhagavad Gita, the Supreme Personality of God is speaking himself, and in the Srimad Bhagavatam, the compiler, the author, Vyasadeva, he is speaking of Krishna. The Krishna Katha. This is full of Krishna Katha. These two important Vedic literature is full of Krishna Katha. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we are worshiping Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He is supposed to be his incarnation of Krishna. So he also advised everyone. Jare dakho tare kaho Krishna Katha. Tare kaho Krishna Katha. He said that আমার আজ্ঞায় গুরু হইয়া তারো সর্বদেশ যাদের দেখো তারে কহ কৃষ্ণ উপদেশ. He said that each and every one of you, whoever made Lord Chaitanya, or whoever is in the gene of disciplic succession of Lord Chaitanya, he is advised by the Lord that you become a spiritual master. How? Under my order, I give you order that you become a spiritual master. And that I am a fool. No, you are not fool. You have simply to say, Krishna Katha. Krishna, these two Krishna Katha. You have nothing to manufacture. You haven't got to tax your brain by meditation, by speculation. Everything is there. You have simply to flesh, submit. Here is Krishna Katha. Here is Bhagavad Gita. And here is Bhagavad. Just please hear. Uh, that is your movement. You need not become a very learned speculators. Just like there are so many books simply full of speculation. You haven't got to do that. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is giving very simple point. Jare dakho tare kaho Krishna Upadesh. Krishna Upadesh means instruction or Krishna. Uh, Instruction given by Krishna or instructions from about of Krishna. If you do this, then you become a spiritual master. So it is there. Simply we have to hear. Uh, Suppose if you are illiterate, you cannot read Bhagavad Gita. Of course, many of you do not know Sanskrit language, so you cannot read. But there is English translation. But you can hear. Bhagavan, the Lord, has given you the chance of hearing. You have got it to hear. If you have attentively hear, you learn everything. Normally, of course, people are very intelligent simply by hearing. They need not take any law or need not read any book, but simply by hearing. So, that therefore, in the Bhagavad, it is recommended, first thing, that you have to hear. Simply by hear, and if you think, you become a spiritual master, and you distribute this knowledge. Says, Susrava Santadadhanasya Vasudevi Katharuchi Shana Mahasevaya Vipram Unnati Thanisivana. Now, this mentality for hearing Krishna Katha, how it is uh, developed, that is also Susrava. You must be very sincere, Susrava. And you must be inquisitive to hear. Susrava. One is very eager to hear. He can become in future the spiritual master. Susrava Siddhadhana Shakta. With faith. Vasudeva Katha Ruchi. Ruchi means taste. And Vasudeva Katha means Krishna. The topics are Krishna. I'm just speaking of you of my personal experience, how this eagerness of hearing is a very important thing. When I first met my spiritual master in 1933, not I met him first in 1922. Then for several years I was out of Calcutta and I could not meet him. Again, next meeting was in 1933. So at that time, I was simply inquiring from other disciples of my spiritual master. At that time, I was not spiritual I'm disciple. To when His Holiness will speak. So this information was noted by my spiritual master, and he was pleased to accept me immediately. That this boy is very nice, he is very inquisitive to hear. He does not go away. So this is very good qualification. One who becomes inquisitive to hear. So Sushruva means one who is very inquisitive to hear at the same time to render service. These two qualifications. Sushruva Saddhadhanasa with faith, Vasudeva Katha. For him, the taste for hearing Krishna Katha is very easy. And Sat Maharshi Vaya. And this is also can be possible if we are fortunate enough to come in contact of a great soul. Mahatsima. Mahat means great. And if we serve him, if we want to please Mahasivaya, Vipra, my dear Brahmins, he was addressing, Punnatirtha Nisimana and Punnatirtha. There are many sacred places. They are called Purna Tirtha. Sacred, there are two kinds of sacred places. Just like if you go to a place, just like in Vrindavan, Kankhar in India, there are, in Christian also, you have got your sacred place. The Mohammedans, they have got their sacred place, Medina, Makkah, you have got your Jerusalem. Similarly, those who are followers of Vedic principles, they have got their several places, sacred places. Or some of you who have visited India might have seen Haridwar, Kankhar, Lakshman Yola, Prayag, and Vrindavan, and Rameswaram. There are many places. So by serving these sacred places, to serve these sacred places means there are many good souls, great souls. So if you can find out such great souls, they are making their performances there. So if you find out some good, say, transcendentalists, and if you hear from him, then your process of life may be changed. So Purnati Tharisa, or and sometimes such person, they travel all over the world also. So if you come in contact with such person, and if you hear, then the Vasudeva Kathamji is developed. Then your tendency for hearing about Krishna and Vasudeva will develop. This is the two one thing that you must be very much eager. And when you are eager, Krishna will send you. Krishna is within you. As soon as you understand that here is a person who actually wants transcendental elevation, he makes in contact with such person. Such persons are all over there in the world. It is not rare. Of course, in this age it is very rare. But if we are sincere, if we are eager, तेषां सततयुक्तानां भजतां प्रीतिपूर्वकं बुद्धियोगं ददामि तां येन मां प्रजान्ति. In the Bhagavad Gita, it is said that Krishna, the super soul, is situated within your heart. He's not very away, long distant. He's just within yourself, sitting within you. You are also sitting in the heart, and the Supreme Lord also, as super soul, he is sitting there. You are sitting there too, just like friends. That is stated in the Upanishad. The two friends, two birds sitting on the same tree. So this body is the tree, and we are sitting. So as soon as we are sincere, we are eager to develop our spiritual consciousness. He gives us opportunity. Buddhi yoga, that is buddhi yoga. Intelligence, he gives. What for? Jirva upajantite, by which one can attain perfection in understanding the Supreme Lord. This is impact. So what we have to become serious and very eager. Unless you become eager, God wants to see you, how much you are eager. So, with the development of our eagerness and sincerity to have our knowledge in spiritual understanding, God will help us. So, um, Sushmo Saddhanasya Vasudeva Kathaniji Sang Mahasevaya. Mahaseva means if you by chance you get in contact of a great personality, great soul who knows Krishna science, you just try to please. We every day in the morning we sing Yasat Prasada Bhagavat Prasad. By pleasing such great souls, spiritual master, Yasat Prasada Bhagavat Prasada. To please him means to please God. because he is representative of thought. Yasya prasada bhagavat prasada, yasya aprasadat nagati kutopi. If we cannot be such representative, bona fide representative of Krishna, then there is no hope. There is no hope of our spiritual enhancement. Therefore, the first duty in the morning is that Dhyayam Stuvam Dasya Jasastrishuddham. We have to remember about his glories and we have to offer our respectful obeisances unto him 3 times at least in a day. Trisandham. Trisandham means in the morning when the night is being passed, day is beginning. That is first sandha, junction. And then when the sun is on the meridian, that is also another junction. And if the day is passing and night is beginning, that is another junction. So it is the duty of the student to offer respect to the one of my spiritual master, 3 times respect. Hmm. So Sat Mahosiva, because that will, uh, um, um, I will say, help me in making advance in spiritual life. Sat Mahosivaya Vipra Unnatin Sivana, and also by visiting sacred places. So it is not always possible to visit sacred places. It may be very distant place, but when you get chance of one of my spiritual master, a great soul, it will try to please him to satisfy him. That will make you eligible to have taste for Krishna Tatha on the topics of Krishna. Thank you. Any question?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Should one orphan just start to spiritual master wherever he is at for the first time, or should he go to a spiritual master to fill up the visa?
I didn't say I'm gonna follow. I didn't.
Should the disciple go to a spiritual master directly to offer the respect if it's 3 times or inform them where he is?
Well, if it is possible to go to him directly, that will be taking chance. But if he is not, it is not possible, then his picture or his idea should be offered. That's the. But if he is directly available, one should avail of that. Any other question? On that kirtan. You're all in the same verse from the book.